Now, do you guys Zoom with your family members that you're not able to, wrap your arms around? Do you Zoom with them?
Yeah.
Oh, I call him.
Okay.
He has a computer, but he doesn't like using it. So between my two sisters, he gets a couple calls a week and that. So
Yeah, we started with one little grandson. He reads to me now instead of me reading to him.
I love that.
Oh,
that's great. That's really good. I was a librarian, and that's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I think we have a lot of people here from our mid-month meetup, but I think there's some new people here. Annette, hi. It's good to see you. Were you at our mid-month meetup?
Hold it. There you go.
No, I wasn't. I work full time and I've been juggling a lot of things, so I wasn't able to do it. Also, I'm sort of infamous for getting dates and times wrong. So
Yeah.
no matter how they count, I will forget or get the time wrong between the time someone tells me I'm meeting and just putting it on a calendar. It's just not one of my magic powers.
There you go. One of your superpowers. Annette, no judgment here, because I'm the same way. People are like, are you going to be part of this meeting that was started 5 minutes ago? And I'm like, oh, yes.
Right. Yeah, you get the text. You're going to be on the call. I guess so.
I'm having trouble connecting. I'm trying.
Yeah, right.
good answer.
Yeah, internet's down.
I've worn that out.
Mind
Everyone.
you, I have a teacher who does live Facebook events. They're free, no complaints, but the number of times that it will say the wrong time on Facebook, we're going to go live at 12 and she'll go live at 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the time zone thing, the time zone is just
We're in the same time zone.
Oh,
That's what it is.
no judging. Yeah.
But like I said, she does it from the bottom of her heart that she shares so much.
Yeah.
So it's a small detail, but the times that whoever puts it on Facebook sometimes has the times wrong.
Yeah. Well, being human sometimes just stinks, Right.
Well, she has a couple of assistants, so it could be somebody else on the team.
All right, I'm getting into the judgment zone now. She has assistants. I mean, so hi, Michaela. How are you?
Hello.
Michaela, that is one incredible sunset on your screensaver. Is that something you actually saw in real life?
Let me see. I don't think so. No, maybe. I live in San Francisco, but
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Well, Annette, it's nice to have you here. It's nice to see everyone. Joanne, how are you, girl? It's good to see you. Marilyn, I don't see Marilyn's face, but I'm going to wave to Marilyn because maybe she sees me. And there's Esther. I don't see Esther's face, but maybe she'll see me. And there's Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, guys.
How are the boys? Oh, Marilyn's saying hi to everyone. How are the boys, Ashley? She froze.
She's frozen.
Oh.
At least she froze in a very nice pose. Sometimes
Oh, I know.
Okay.
There she is. Hi, you froze.
There I am. Yeah. Hi.
I'm in the back corner of our house and our internet's sometimes spotty, so.
All right. Well, it's good to have you here. Good to have you here. Okay. We're still admitting some people, so let me do that. And then I thought,
Thanks.
yeah. So we have 18 people joining, and there's Lynn. There's Lynn from Dragon's Heart Quilt Shop. Hey, girl.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Another Canadian. So I'm surprised we don't have any of our New Zealand or Australian friends. Let's need to figure that out. Hey, you know what? We had somebody join us from Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's Catherine.
So Lynn, where in Canada are you from?
I'm from Alberta, from Pincher Creek,
Hello.
south of Calgary.
Yep, I'm Edmonton.
Oh, there we go.
Elaine's another Canadian. Elaine, you're from Mississauga?
Mississauga, Ontario,
Good.
a suburb of Toronto now.
So you guys have all been subject to the very cold weather this last week then, yes?
I'm in the banana belt of Ontario.
Oh,
We have had huge snowstorms to the west of us, north of us, east of us. It just sort of skips Mississauga. We have had snow, but I mean, 3 inches doesn't count.
No.
no, we had more than that in Seattle on Saturday. We got 8 inches.
Wow. Wow. Well, Louisville had,
That's a blizzard.
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw Joe in his snow blowing.
yeah, Joe, and we've had more snow since then. And yeah, so the little kids, we have our neighborhood is turning over, and we're now the oldest people in the neighborhood instead of the youngest. Of course, we've been here for 16 years, so that helps too. But we have the little ones, they've not seen anything like a snowblower here because we don't have that much snow, and they were just mesmerized. They are so smart. Their parents are so smart, and they are so funny. And little buddy Oliver, he's 4, he's just growing like a weed, but he was like, Mr. Joe is even nicer than Joe Biden. Like, you know what? Guys named Joe are good guys. So anyway, but that was fun. They just thought Mr. Joe was all that. So anyway, I think he is. So good to see everybody. Okay, so Esther says, I'm riding in my car, so my video is off. Great to join you from LA, Los Angeles. All right, good job, girl. All right, so we have some chats. Let's see. Marilyn said it's got above 32 degrees here today for the first time since Sunday. Okay, there you go. And Esther's in LA. Hi from the frozen tundra of Mississippi. So Marilyn is from Mississippi. Yeah, I tell you what, you guys, everybody be safe. 2021 has just been, I was hoping it would be better. It has been hard. So thankfully we have each other, and we've got this whole adventure to get us through. And I'm just really, huh?
It's my view that deliveries have been delayed everywhere. I'm sure you've all had deliveries that have taken forever.
Mhm.
So these last things are just late 2020 deliveries.
I
But
like
if you
that.
but if you order something every day, nothing will ever be late because you'll always get something every day.
I like
No, I
that.
meant the
Unbelievable.
weather, all the things that have been happening lately. They should have come in December before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Christmas card yesterday from my niece in Baltimore.
Oh my gosh.
She
Oh,
mailed it
wow.
before, like a week before Christmas.
Yeah.
My daughter did
So
not.
I
daughter
finally showed up.
And Lori, where are you from? You said from Baltimore to where you are, and where are you from?
Oh, I'm in St. Mary's, Georgia, which is really kind of outside of Jacksonville, Florida.
You could send a pigeon and it'd get there sooner.
Well,
I
and I
had one
ordered
shirt last week.
at Gold Belly, you can order food. I ordered pizza for Valentine's Day for my husband. And they are delaying the shipment because of the weather, because it has to get here frozen.
Wow. You know what? We are doing this thing called Imperfect Foods, and I'm supposed to get every 2 weeks on a Monday, and they haven't shown up yet. But they're like, we know that we're delayed. So, this is all just teaching us grace. It's all
Oh, no,
teaching.
they told me they would be delayed, but I was going to say the great thing about 2021 was discovering your website and this club. I am just so excited.
Oh, well, I am too. I'm so glad you are. I'm excited too. This is really fun. I think I've told people that my biggest fear is that I have a party and nobody will show up. So
Well,
I'm
I'll be there.
glad you're here. Well, I do have a little entertainment for the party. So I thought after we've chatted a little bit, and said hi to everybody, and everybody looks good. Everybody,
Well, this is the first year I've ever made it to QuiltCon.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
QuiltCon?
MJ,
Since
can
it's
you hear me?
virtual, I've been able to go.
Fabulous. Yes, perfect.
All right.
Silver
Can you
linings,
hear
right?
me?
MJ, I can hear you. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought maybe my audio was off. That's all.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, a QuiltCon. One of my friends who lives in Louisville here. Okay, so this is really a great story. I mean, I think it is a great story, and I'm gonna subject you to it. Her name is Audrey Essery, and she has a company called Cotton and Bourbon, And I love the fact that she's
Yes.
called Cotton and Bourbon because
Yes.
she works for Brown Forman, which is a big bourbon maker here. So she won the small quilt category, first place, with her beautiful watercolor quilt. So if you go to the QuiltCon winners thing, you'll be able to see that. I actually put it on my MJ Kinman Textile Artist page, so you'll be able to see that. But the cool thing about, how I met Audrey was it was a gift from the universe. Don't you love it when that happens? I was at Houston the last time it was at live, and I had some help in my booth, and so I said I need to go get lunch. So I went to lunch at Papa Do's Fish Store. I mean, if you've ever been to the Houston place, oh, Angie from Australia is here. So I was there, and I sat at the bar, and I love eating by myself. That's kind of a weird thing about me, and I sat next to this woman, and I'm such a nosy person. I looked over at her phone, and it was this cute little picture of her and her husband, like kissing and whatever. And I'm like, oh, did you just get married? That is the cutest picture. She goes, no, we take a picture every time. So we started talking. And she goes, oh, yeah, Cotton and Bourbon. And because I love bourbon. And I'm like, you like bourbon? I'm from Kentucky. And she's like, no. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. She's like a couple of miles away from me. And so we're now buds. And yeah, so the universe brought us together. So it was really fun. Hi, Angie. It's good to see you. Angie from New Zealand? Or no, Angie from Australia. I said it right the first time. Please back me up. I know I said it the first time. So, Angie, and it begin. Yeah. Maybe Angie can tell us how she pronounces her last name too, because I need some education on that. Anyway, it's good to see you. All right, so I dropped the pattern this afternoon or this evening at 8 o'clock. You guys have seen it because I've been using it in some of the marketing stuff. I hope you enjoy it, and I want to share with you a little bit about it. And so we're going to go through the pattern, we're going to go through the colorways, and if you have any questions, let's just talk about it now, and then we'll just wrap up around 10 o'clock my time, so about 45 minutes or so. I am recording. That's good. So this will be available for people who aren't able to join us. But anyway, all good to have you here tonight. Let me just, before I dive in and share my screen, I want to check the chat. Oh, it's Angie from Georgia, and my name is Morrison. Hi, Angie from Georgia. Angie Morrison from Georgia. Okay, great.
Can I ask you a quick question about the Catherine quilt?
Yes, no. Uh-huh.
Yes, no?
Sorry, yes. I was going to say this one, and I'm like, no, that's Elizabeth. Sorry.
No, that's Elizabeth, right? No, the Catherine quilt. Just quick question. When you quilted it, did you use invisible thread or did you change the thread for all the different colorways?
Can I be honest with you? I've not made the Catherine yet.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I couldn't find pictures of it. Completed pictures.
I've had my wonderful gem affiliates like Gwen make Catherine, and Tina Haas made the one that's on the back of the QuiltCon program. eQuilter put it on the back of the eQuilter. So basically, I think a lot of people are using an invisible thread or a light neutral. That's a very like an 80.
Right. Yeah. No, I know I personally don't like invisible thread, but I hate doing the black in a light color, and I hate doing the light colors in a black. So, okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And so when I do my quilts, I basically, let's see. This was, I changed my thread. I used Soki, and I changed my thread in every one of them. It's a stipple that I did in this one. But
Yeah,
I like to change my thread because I want people to see the flow of light and color and not
Exactly.
Quilting is
No, I
just
understand.
down for me. It's
Okay.
but you don't have to. You can actually use, again, a long arm. I've had a couple of people use on my pattern, on the Catherine pattern. They're long arm patterns, and they're very fine thread, a thin thread, 80 weight, and neutral. And you know what? When you get that small, it's, I agree with you. I want my blacks to pop and my whites to pop. I don't want anything to sort of,
Right. I don't want whites and black and blacks and white. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Figure it out.
Okay, good. Well, let's talk about the pattern, okay? Let's do it. I'm going to show you this. And here we go. Tell me if you are seeing something called the Tiny Treasures Club Citrine Snowball with a pattern on the side over here.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
we are.
Good, good, good. Okay, yeah. So I was, I'm always scouring about for different patterns to make and to share with you all, and it's really fun. It's really exciting, it nurtures my soul. And so one of the things I wanted to share with you guys is the Gemological Institute of America's website at gia.edu. This little guy right over here on the far left is what I found, and I loved everything about it. I loved the shape. It's a really small picture, so when you blow it up, it gets really pixelated. So I wanted to leave it small so you could see how lovely it was. But I loved the little octagon shape. I liked how it sat on point like that. That was just really fun. And I also loved the flow of light and color. I liked the contrast in there. You know, you could really do a lot with that in terms of color and hue and all of that. So I decided that we would use that. And it's a citrine. This actually was from a page of the the GIA's page talking about quality factors of citrines. And you can see, interesting, all the different shades of kind of from yellow to a greenish yellow that you see in a citrine. So citrine is a type of quartz. It has the same crystal structure as amethyst, but it's had more heat and pressure applied to it. And I just think that's so interesting that, you know, basically when you see amethysts, or so basically a gemstone containing both citrine and amethyst crystals is called an ametrine. So this is a piece of rough of citrine with its partner, kind of its sister gemstone amethyst right next to it. You often find them in bands in the same kind of a rock. And I just think that's so interesting that the citrine has had more pressure. It's had more heat. When you apply heat and pressure to a lot of gemstones, they change their characteristics. They change their features. So for example, like a zoisite, zoisites that are found at the bottom of Mount Kilimanjaro within an 8 square mile region of Mount Kilimanjaro, they have had a lot of pressure put on them and they come out of the ground a blue indigo. It's a zoisite. But because they're in that blue indigo, they're called tanzanite because they're in Tanzania. So a true tanzanite is, you know, in that 8 square mile area under Mount Kilimanjaro, and it's had that pressure and it's, you know, et cetera. You can also take regular zoisite and heat it artificially, and it will turn that blue indigo color. And sometimes, I don't know if you can officially call them tanzanite or not when they're synthetically heated or treated, but that's what they do oftentimes. And jewelers have to be very careful in identifying gemstones, particularly color gemstones that have been heat treated or have had some other kind of coating or whatever put on it. But I love these things called ametrines. It's an ametrine is a gemstone that has had the rough have the citrine and the amethyst with it in the same stone, and the gem cutter has just cut around it and created these beautiful pieces. Isn't this gorgeous?
Oh, yeah.
I love that little pentagon. That is a piece that is in the Smithsonian Institute, the National Museum of Natural History, the Mineral and Gem Department. It's an ametrine in a pentagon shape, and I love the way it's so different than this one. In that this one over on the left, the yellow and the purple are more separated. The gem cutter has purposefully separated it, you know, cut the stone so there's a nice delineation right down the middle. In this one, however, it really looks like it's shot through with both the yellow and the fuchsia or the purple. It's
Gorgeous.
very interesting. Yeah. I have this in my trunk show, and oftentimes I'll say, does anybody know what this is? And more than one time people will say, mine. I know, I wish it was mine too. Basically, ametrines or citrines and ametrines come from all over the world, but the biggest supply of them is in Brazil. There was a famous, I just printed it out and I left it over there. There's a famous mine way hundreds of years ago that a tribal a king married a noble woman, and they named the mine after her. And the mine was lost for hundreds of years until it was rediscovered in 1960s. So this is the mine that they rediscovered in the 1960s. And look at the size of these amethysts. Can you imagine? That'd make a big ring, wouldn't it? Goodness. So citrines are believed to energize every level of life. I like to talk about the way that people look at citrines and gemstones as having, magical properties or spiritual properties, healing properties. A lot of people use gems as for their healing properties. A friend of mine in Paducah, I met her through my holiday jewel box class, or my treasure hunting class. Let's see, Gwen, you would know her. Do you know Cindy? Cindy from Paducah? Joanne knows Cindy from Paducah. Yeah.
I remember her from the class. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a doctor, and then she's also now practices Chinese and integrative medicine, and she uses a lot of sound, and her tuning forks, or as my husband calls them, pitchforks. And he's technically right, isn't he? They have a pitch, but it's a little different. But they're tuning forks, and the ends of her tuning fork, she has gemstones on them. And I just think that's pretty amazing that she uses gemstones that way. Okay, let me just stop and ask, first of all, what are you guys seeing on the screen? I just want to make sure everybody's seeing it's good.
A teardrop shaped.
Teardrop.
Seeing a crystal.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I just pinned myself so you can see me as well. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, let's do that. All right, zoom. You'd think that yeah. Sometimes I feel like a goldfish in a goldfish, but every time you go around, you see a little plastic castle. You're like, okay, how do I do this again? How do I do this again? So every time it's something different. Okay, so basically, it said that citrines cleanse the chakras and open intuition. I love that. Basically opening ourselves up to receiving energy from the universe, which is where intuition comes from. It attracts, I like this, wealth, prosperity, and success. Imparts joy, wonder, delight, and enthusiasm. Isn't that what we need right now? Look at these twin, beautiful citrines. I think those would be fabulous gemstones for a pair of earrings or a fabulous ring. That is stunning. This is something out of the GIA, off the GIA website, a beautiful triangle cut. Basically, people also say it raises self-esteem and self-confidence. Stimulates the brain, strengthening the intellect. I need all the help I can get in that department. Promotes motivation, activates creativity, and encourages self-expression. So, citrine is a lovely gemstone. Once my dear friend Nikki, maybe we'll probably hear a lot about Nikki. I met her in grad school 30 plus years ago, and we went to Santa Fe for a girls' weekend once, and we ended up driving up to Taos. And up in Taos, there was a coffee place that they would drop gemstones in the bottom of your coffee cup. And you could tell them, you could let them know what kind of gemstone you wanted. And they wrote up on the side, what the healing properties were and all of that. So I think I had garnet and citrine in mine. And I don't know what's happened to my little gems, but that's really fun. If you carry these around and hold them close to you, they say that, that energy will be imparted. Okay, so here is the pattern, you guys. Here is the pattern. You can see, now this is the point at which I like looking at gemstones and then making the switch to what would it look like as a quilt pattern. And you can see, can't you, that the major lines here are the diagonal lines. The diagonal lines, and we've seen that a couple of times. You've seen that in my birthstones where I really like that diagonal line. And so the very top part of the gemstone is section 1. Over here to the left is section 2, and you know that because that very first digit of the unique identifier is a 2. Bottom is the 3, is section 3. Again, it's kind of a little triangle. And over here on the left-hand side is section 4. Again, I tried to keep the pieces relatively streamlined, but you guys, you know how to carve this up. If you want to make it a little bit more streamlined or a little bit more complex, you know how to do that. You just add, if you want to drop an extra slice of a facet in there, You just put the line in there. Make sure you put your hash mark. That would be 1-12A, and this new little guy would be 1-12B. Okay. I think I see a chat. Does somebody have a chat you wanted to share with me? What have we got here? Oh, on 2018 there's no color code, but guessing.
Sorry, that's 2-18 bad typing, but it's got to be background.
Yeah, that's background. Thank you for that. I will. Yep. So good. I will put that out there on Facebook. Yep. You know, that's why I need gem affiliates looking at my patterns. I need an extra set of eyeballs, especially because I'm sure you guys. Oh, I see it. I see one. I always miss hash marks. Do you see right here? I forgot to put a hash mark right there. So between 4-5 and 4-9, before you cut it up, just put a hash mark there, okay? Where else? A free pattern to anybody else who sees a place where I don't have a hash mark. Anyway, that's always our. In class, people always say, I've got all my hash marks, and you look at them and you're like, are you sure? And I've only had a couple of people in class who've had all their hash marks, but I need all the help I can. So this is what our gemstone is going to look like. It's in 6-inch. It's in 9.
I found no hash mark. I found a couple.
Okay, I guess I'm mailing out a bunch of patterns.
Oh, you got me too excited.
Oh, excellent. I love it. Okay, so you put in the chat where they are, and and then we'll all be able to know where they are, and I will be sure to let people know. I'm looking and I don't see, but that's okay. That's just me. All right. Let's keep going. So I did a couple of colorways for you. I thought I'd start with the citrine. And in this case, you can see that A was the lighter color, and it went progressively through the yellows down to the golds, and then took kind of a deep dive into a really deep brown. And so the original pattern that I did was a little darker, and I wanted to brighten it up a little bit. So I skewed the colors from A through D to a little brighter, a little more gold, and I think I like that. And so I wanted to give you a sense of what it looked like with a white background and what a black background would look like as well. A little different personality, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
See, I got a chat here. You guys, I love you guys. You're awesome. All right, so here is an emerald. And I did the same thing with an emerald. I thought I would start from a white and then go down to more medium tones and then end up in kind of a darker. So I wanted that bright sparkle of the bling of the white there. And I put, you can see right up here where I put the lightest lights and the darkest darks at this very top here. And then there's only 4 white pieces. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Or there's only A. I want to say there's only A. And you can do whatever you want to with A. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But in this case, I started with white, and then I jumped to a little bit more of a medium, and then progressively went. You can see I have a little bit of a grayer tone here, and then a really bright, bright green, and then it deepens a little bit. I'm finding that in some of these gemstones to have some, if you're going to have some grayer tones, throwing in something that is a really just a pure color that has very little gray in it makes that thing glow. Just like that. For example, here is the ruby. And look what I did here. I didn't start with white for A, did I? I love a beautiful smoldering ruby. Rubies tend to be that way. They don't have a lot of bling in them. They just tend to smolder and glow. And if you were to use A and put kind of just a bright fuchsia, just a happy bright fuchsia, and then I moved to a coral color and then into more of the brick reds and got deep down into kind of the deep brick reds, and then that's a black with a little bit of a red undertone. It just makes it glow. And you can see the different personality on a black background than on a white background. So you kind of get to see what it is that you want to do with your gemstone. Thoughts so far? I'm going to show you a couple more, but I want to stop talking and ask if you have comments or questions.
I have a quick question, MJ, because I still haven't reviewed the last month's first meeting about the hash marks. Is there a description in last month's video when I do get back to that that explains that?
Yes, yes. I have
Okay.
a series of 6 videos, short videos. So don't think, oh, 6 videos, it's going to take me hours. But they talk about the different coding, the unique identifier, the color code, and then the hash marks.
Okay.
And the hash marks are, really think of them as registration marks on a dress pattern. It helps you
Okay.
put these two pieces together that only go together one way. And it's your confirmation that, oh yeah, I've got the right two together, and I've got them together accurately. So it's an alignment check.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love, just for sake of argument, I love the way you put your patterns together, because the letters and the numbers have to line up symmetrically, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you mean they only go, they're
Upside down numbered and upside down letter. They got to go, you got to have not only the hash marks, but you got to have the A, B, C, D, whatever lined
Yeah.
up. You can read them in a progression.
right. I mean, so there's always an up-down orientation in the letters, and
So if your F is upside down from your A, you got it wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So I found that is a really great checkpoint, so to speak.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to show you over here. This is the chart for the Victoria Transvaal, which is going to be the very first Smithsonian diamond. And when I do these big ones, what I do is I twist them on my dining room table, and so they're never the right. They're always they all kind of go "Rrrr," like that. So, yeah, I know what you mean. You're just like, okay, yeah. So there has to be some kind of orientation. So again, it's a visual clue, isn't it? All these patterns are
Absolutely is. It absolutely is. It's kind of like, oh wait, the A, like I said, oh, A is upside, B is upside down from A. That's not right.
That's right. Another check. So here is sapphire. And you can see again, and what I'm talking about here, you guys, I'm just kind of giving you an overview of how you can play with value contrast to create a gemstone that's all your own. Okay. So when you go in and you look at that diagram, you'll be able to see a couple different things. So in the previous ones, all of these, I started with white, and then I went through more medium tones and down to dark. Here I started at a medium tone, almost more of a medium dark tone, and did it a progression all the way down to a smoldering dark. And it changes the dynamic and the personality. I mean, I think she's a gorgeous Spanish diva. She's my flamenco dancer. That's what I think of her. She's a flamenco dancer. And now this one, I love sapphire. I had a sapphire when I was little because it's my birthstone. My mama gave it to me and I lost it. But I wanted that little bling, that little bit of white in a smoldering sea of blue. So you do see how I used A is a light blue. It almost reads white, doesn't it? Because it's butted up against all those dark colors. But it's not white. It's a light blue. And so I had that little bling of white. And then I didn't just do a natural progression of even progression between values down the progression. I jumped to more of a medium dark tone, and you can barely tell the difference between these two. I know that's hard to see, but there is a little bit different. This is a little bit darker, and then you get darker still all the way down to the dark. And that's how I see sapphires. I see sapphires as smoldering, but sometimes that light hits it and it just goes crazy. You could do that with a ruby too, but for me, I wanted to do my sapphire that way. All right, so let's look at the next one. What did I do here?
Reversed it. I was
My
wondering
favorite.
about reversing it. I love that.
Yep,
I love that too. That's my favorite.
Okay, it's a diamond. And because I wanted it to be more lighter, and because A only has 3 pieces in it, I thought that made more sense to make that the darker one and then get progressively lighter. And so that all of these,
Right.
D and F would have more lighter values. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Oh, I
absolutely.
love that.
Okay, good. So you can flip these and with any color you want. So I decided, and basically I'm going to use all of these same colors in all. So if you guys want to make a quilt that's just all of diamonds, then this is my suggestion for you, and I'll always use these colors. So here is the diamond. It's a very light color with a little bit of dark, and that's what makes diamonds sparkle. That's what gives them bling. And then here is the dark. And this is the dark. And then here is the light. And then here is the dark. And then here is the light. And then here is the dark. And then here is the light. And then here is the dark. And then here is the light. 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 And then here is the light is that little bit of that pop of, you need to have the dark bits. You really do need to have the dark bits. And so here I just used a few pieces of pure black, and then some sort of a slate colored bluish purple, and then a progressive. And I love throwing in that little bit of khaki. I don't know why.
Yes.
It just seemed to make sense to me. So, and I was looking at a gemstone that had some khaki in it, a diamond that had these same colors in it, and I liked that very much. So you guys can use whatever color you want. This is just what resonated with me. Okay. And then a pink tourmaline. Just
Wow.
yeah, she's a pretty girl. So again, I went for a light pink, and then I did more of what I'd done with the citrine and the emerald, which is I went from light progressively down to a darker. Now again, my F, the darkest one, is not a pure black, is it? It's more of a dark purple, kind of a raisin color. And then what that does is against the black, it still pops against the black, and it pops against the white. So, okay, so I have a question for you. How would you do that?
Ooh.
What's
It's an ametrine.
It's an ametrine. Actually, it's a bicolor gem, like an ametrine is. I'm going to call that my bicolor tourmaline. Actually, I think I want to make that a watermelon tourmaline.
That's cool.
Do you guys know where this is? One of my favorite pictures of watermelon tourmalines ever.
That's a gorgeous gem.
Mm-hmm. And again, a bicolor. Is it beryl? Is tourmalines are beryls, or are they quartz?
I think so.
Okay. And again, they go in stripes, in bands of color. And then the gem cutter just cuts around those bands of color and turns it into these incredible fuchsia. Now, this is a little more plum than the fuchsia color. And so, to make it a true watermelon tourmaline, I might zorch that up a little bit into brighter colors. But I just think that's cool. Okay, so what I might suggest is you're going to be looking at two different colorways, aren't you? So you're going to have all this, and you've got this one. This is from, the pink tourmaline, and this is from the emerald. But look, let's see, and I'm looking at the pattern, okay? And so this little piece right here is an A. So clearly, I think that's a light green. So I pulled, this is the A, this is what I used for A. This is a B facet. So clearly I decided I wanted the lighter colors to be green. So I used this for my B color. I used this for my C color. And then what I ended up doing was I dove over into the pink colorway to do D, E, and F. So this is D, this is E, and this is an F facet. So you can say, I want the lightest ones to be one color, and then the darkest ones to be another color. Or you could mix them up. You could say, I want here, then I want that one, and then this one, and this one. The other thing you can do is, I wish I had it close by. I didn't know I was going to talk about this. But you could actually say, all right, for sections 1 and 2, I'm going to use pinks. And sections 3 and 4, I'm going to use the green. And that will get you a stone that looks more like this, that has that lovely delineation in the middle, where half of it is a pink and half of it is a green. So you could do that too. Here in this case, this kind of looks like that ametrine, right, that I showed you, where it looks like it's kind of shot through with the color.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did section 1 and 2, all in the pinks, and then 3 and 4, all in the greens, that's another way you could plan your gemstone. So you guys,
You showed us one like that last month.
yes. I think it was an ametrine, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was an ametrine.
Yep. Okay. So, all right.
I have a question.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of just flip it through Pinterest and did a Google on color. They like take a flower and they pull out for like painting, they pull out the different colors that are in that flower.
Mm-hmm.
And that I was kind of thinking of doing that with this gem.
I
So
love
like
that.
you'd have a multitude of, like, A would be like maybe the light pink, and B might be like a coral color.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
think that would work?
Well, Joan, didn't you do one? Didn't you do the first one where there was a kind of a kaleidoscope of kind of primary colors of reds, blues, yellows?
I did the opal, and I did a a watermelon tourmaline
Okay.
also.
Okay, maybe it was Elaine that did that. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember.
I used one stripe that was multicolored.
That's it. That's it, Elaine. I remember you doing that. Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, I would love to see that experiment. I think that would be beautiful. So yeah, you just grab, this is going to be, and it doesn't even have to be in a value progression if you don't want. It can just be a simple hue, a different difference in hue. What I do with mine is though, for me, value does the work, color gets all the credit. So you can see value, I do all of my facets in values, but you can also completely reverse it. But, okay.
Okay.
Other questions, other thoughts? Let me
MJ, I actually have one that's half and half that you were talking about.
okay, I'm going to stop share and I'm going to stop I'm going to unpin and hang on, keep holding
Light,
that.
very
Holding
good.
that. I'm going to pin you up.
Sure.
Spotlight for everybody. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Oh.
Beautiful.
So tell us about that.
beautiful.
So this is, I think, February's block.
Uh-huh.
I've used half February, so the amethyst, and half of the citrine.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the amethyst February block, but you use citrine colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mixed and did half and half on it, like you were trying to describe. Use half green, half pink.
Yeah.
Or purplish. Yeah.
Good, good. Very nice. Very nice.
I do like the way you you showed the background with white and then the background with black. That helps me to visualize which way I want to go.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like
Yes.
So are we doing a little show and tell?
Yeah, let's do show and tell now. Yeah, I'm done. This is the
All right,
show's
here
over.
is, I did last month's little gem thing in total tone on tone batiks.
Okay, can you tell? I'm looking to see who's
It's MJ.
Oh, is it MJ? Okay.
MJ,
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh,
am I holding it right?
Yes.
there.
Stop there.
That's better.
That
Oh,
is
gosh.
gorgeous.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I love batiks. I would like to do this whole series in tone on tone or batik blanks, whatever they call it, because I have a ton of batiks.
Good. I look forward to that. I love batiks. All of my early art quilts were made in batiks.
Well, I'm kind of hooked on batiks. I've got a really large collection of batiks. So
That's fabulous.
try
So,
to do this whole series in tone on tone or batik blanks.
now, were you able to do, was that another one that you did? Because I know you, MJ, had done a couple of them, right? A couple of the,
I did a couple, but then I went to I had the solids. I did the solids and they're great. They're beautiful, but I really like the movement in the batiks.
yeah, I do too. I do too.
I
Okay,
like the tone, the different, whatever you want to call it.
yeah. Let's do some more show and tell if you'd like. And Julie's already got hers up there. She's got more spotlight. Oh,
That's very cool.
that's so pastel and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever did the opal and posted it, that made me want to do one like she mentioned. She just laid it on fabric and cut it out. She didn't, fussy cut light, medium, or dark.
Okay.
So it's showing up.
What size is
light
that,
medium.
Julie?
This
What
is 6
size?
inch. There we go.
Okay.
This is fabric I painted like more than 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
The whole box. I've made 2 small wall hangings and have never touched it. And when I saw this, it reminded me that I need to get it out and use it.
I'm thrilled. This
Beautiful.
is that is gorgeous. It just looks like a ton of sorbet ice cream, sherbet ice cream to me. And then of course I'm going to put you back on spotlight real quick. Hang on. Sorry. Are you still on spotlight? I don't know if you are or not. But anyway, here we go. Hang on. I want you to just chat a little bit about this fabulous quilt behind you, the citrine that you did in the blues. To let everybody know, because not everybody was on when you were sharing about that.
Yeah, it was hard to find a packet of fat quarters in solids. I finally found this one at a quilt show. It was Kaufman fabric.
Okay.
So then that was what I was able to make with this.
Good.
And then I went on and ordered batiks. That's what I did Elizabeth in.
Yes, and it was beautiful, just beautiful. And your border fabric here, I like the border fabric. You have like an inner border and then a fatter outer border. That's really lovely. Really lovely.
I can't see the quilting on it, but I did kind of a wavy line
Okay.
from the middle out, from here to here, just
Wow.
kind of a soft.
Beautiful.
I bought a machine with 500 stitches and I'm using them.
Yay!
People are afraid, oh, I don't know how to machine quilt this. I go, why? What do you have on your machine?
Yes,
500 stitches. Use some of them.
exactly. Good advice. Good advice.
Thank
Julie,
you.
thank you. Oh, I'm thrilled. Who's next? Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay, I have Carol and then Josie, and yeah, okay, and then we'll go from there. So, Carol, let me go ahead and spotlight you. And look,
Okay.
okay,
This I put on Facebook, and I'm the
Oh.
one. I'm the rebel who uses all tone on tones.
yeah,
And
oh my gosh,
this
that
is
is
what
stunning.
silver, pink tourmaline. So yeah,
Wow.
it was.
When'd you do
what-
that? Today?
What I do is I just go down into my stash and pull out what I can find, and that's what comes out.
Gosh,
And I
that's
have
cool.
Tons of tone on tones. So there you go.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
That's yummy.
It was fun. That was a good one. The reveal is what I love when you got all this pattern laid out, and then you start peeling it off, and it just jumps out.
That is the most fun part of the whole thing, isn't it? When you're just
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're saving those pattern pieces, right? So you can use them again?
Yes. Although I'll ask. I don't know if you would ever be willing to this, but once people buy the pattern, is there? I mean, because I rip them sometimes. I would love to have it that we could buy just the freezer paper big ones at a discount or something like that. Or if once you buy the pattern, you could break them up in little pieces and send them out so we could print them on a 8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
Something like that. But just right now, because these big ones, yes, I probably could sort of use them again, but some of them are ripped and didn't.
Some of
make
them are a
it
little
work.
ripped and all of that. You know, you could recreate them based on the paper pattern. So the ones
Yeah,
that
if you
are
can
ripped.
get someone to do that for you. You mean the big one? I'm talking about the big ones. Not
Oh, the big ones. Oh, you're talking about the Elizabeth or the Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me think about that. I think that's a really good idea. And it may be something that I offer just to the Tiny Treasures Club, because what I've done is I've offered that to my GEM affiliates. My GEM affiliates they are my teachers, and then they can buy the freezer paper because they teach classes, and maybe somebody has really completely botched it or cut it up or done something goofy or ripped it or whatever. And so they wanted to have the freezer paper available for them. And so we give them that. But I think that, let me think about that. Why don't you email me and then we'll talk about that. If that's of interest to folks in the coming year of, if you bought the pattern and you want to make another one and you need another freezer paper, we can talk about that. I think that'd be great, for, $4 or something like that. I think that would, make sense. That's what I sell them to my GEM affiliates for. So.
Okay.
If you look at Judy Niemeyer, she does that because it's it's foundation paper piecing. So I mean, once you've used it, you're done.
Right.
But you've already bought the pattern. You can buy replacement papers.
Yeah,
that's be a way to look at it.
I was gonna comment on that. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Judy does not that we're in competition or anything, but yeah, you can get once you bought the pattern, you can get the.
Yeah, that may be another evolution of this because, the birthstones have been out for a couple of years and maybe people are like, I want to do some more. I want to do it in a different colorway or I've got some other ideas. Yeah, we can talk about that. I just wanted to be sure to honor my GEM affiliates and give and not be in competition with them. That's my big thing. I love my GEM affiliates. I love you, Gwen.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So someone else was going to, Josie, you wanted to go. Show us what you got, girl.
Well, you know how frustrated I was.
I know. I can't.
And after we met, last week or the week before, and so many people had some encouraging words for me. And I thought, well, I'm going to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
So I actually finished mine. I know. I was so excited. And I'm afraid to take the freezer paper off.
That's the best time. Oh, no. You need to do that right now with us.
He's going to see it. So you
Do
got to
it
do
right
it now.
Okay. And I do appreciate the orientation also, like someone mentioned earlier. And I made that mistake once and didn't make the mistake the second time. And I thought, well, this is really cool that, you know, you have to have it right side up. I thought once I did the first section, I thought, okay, I have one done. I think I can do another one. And I just got hooked then. And I ordered the freezer paper sheets, which made a big difference because I was using the freezer paper on a roll and it kept curling and wouldn't go through the printer properly. So once I got those flat sheets, that also helped quite a bit.
Wonderful.
And
can I tell you how happy my heart is right now? Because I know when we left, it was last week, last Friday. You're like, I'm not sure about this. I'm not feeling this. And it's just like, well, you know, this may be the learning opportunity, the event for you in this case. Is just kind of giving yourself some permission to do something different. And you did.
I know. And I thought, I'm too stubborn to quit. So
what size did you do?
And I'll tell you, with the hash marks and, you know, it was just like the light bulb went on finally. And when I heard people say, well, this isn't so hard. And I thought to myself, well, what the heck? Why am I finding this so difficult to do? Because if everybody else thinks it's easy, why is it so difficult for me? And then I think I became more frustrated because I just felt that, you know how sometimes you make one mistake and then you make 3 more to make up for the first one?
Yeah.
That's the way I felt I was handling this.
I did that with boyfriends.
Husbands.
Okay, one more piece.
One more piece. All right. Oh,
it's beautiful.
Very nice.
Josie.
Very good. Beautiful.
What size
Look
is
at
it?
your seams are beautiful.
This is the 12-inch one, and I'm hoping that there will be 12-inch ones from now on.
Well, there will be. I promise. I've done that. Yeah. 6, 9, and 12. You got it. Just
And oh my gosh, look at this. I only have one tiny piece of freezer paper left right in these 2 things.
well done.
Hi.
Excellent.
1/4 inch.
How about that?
Excellent, Josie. And you know what? I have in my art quilts, I have little pieces of freezer paper in my seams all the time. That's when you get your handy dandy little tweezers, or you get the business end of the seam ripper and you just shove that stuff back into the seam. It's not a big deal. Yeah, because precision is not a priority with these quilts, with these pieces. So you did a
Well,
great
I disagree with that, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
I like it. I really like it.
Okay, so I think I'd like to see some show and tell from Miss Ashley, and I'd like her to introduce us to this little girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, honey.
Lila, can you say hi?
Lila, hi, it's MJ. It's good to see you.
Hi.
Yeah.
She was having a moment, so she came to sit with Mom.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. We love having people like you join us.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you reading a book? Show us
Yeah.
your book.
Oh, yeah. Never touch a dragon.
Well, oh my goodness. We don't
And
ever
Ellie.
touch a
And
dragon.
Ellie the
I love
elephant.
touching dragons.
Yeah.
Where's Ellie? Hi, sweetheart.
Can you blow kisses?
Oh, mwah.
Mwah.
That's not on the first date, Mama. Not on the first
like
date.
maybe next time.
Thank you. Lila, it's beautiful seeing you. Please join us again, okay? All right, I'm going to blow a kiss at you. Here we go. Mwah. There we go. All right, all right. Who would like to do another show and tell? Oh, crickets. Crickets chirping. All right, you guys. Well, any other comments? Thank you for sharing. Josie, I'm just over the moon happy for you and all of you doing the hard work here and just
But we
diving
got the
into this
easy
crazy.
job.
What's that?
Thank you
MJ,
for
She
giving
has
us
the
three
easy job.
choices.
Well, I
here's that one,
appreciate
here's the one
your
I
help
did
and,
from your class.
Oh,
Some of the,
okay, hang on.
Whoa.
We got Lynn here who's doing her Dragonite. Hang on. Oh,
wow. Will
Beautiful.
some of the colorways be posted for Snowball?
that is actually bite-sized gem. That's a completely different pattern from my classes. So you guys don't have that one.
Yeah,
Good.
I haven't done any of the other ones yet. I've been busy.
Good job, Lynn. Yeah, you
Thank you.
just yeah. All right, good job.
Now, will
I like your garden, by the way.
the
The
Thank you.
irises in your garden.
Snowball?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it beats the heck out of the, well, now not this week, but it was minus 35 last week. So yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't very
And that
nice.
was without the wind chill.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah, it was about minus 42 with the wind chill.
Oh.
you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Okay, so anybody else? So Pam, how you doing? Just want to wave, or do you have anything to share? Or
How about, will the colorways be posted for the Snowball?
oh yeah, they're there already.
Are they there already? Oh, okay, missed it.
That's okay. That's okay. So Pam, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I wondered, you talked about the watermelon Tumerlin from
Yeah.
last month. Is there a way that you could post a colorway for us for that? I'm new. I just joined in January, but I found a really pretty picture of a watermelon Tumerlin, and that pink and that green together. I just think that would be cool. And I need help with the colors.
Okay. All right. So what you're asking is you would like me to do a colorway for something like this.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I can do that tonight and I'll post it tonight.
Okay, thank you.
You
And I
bet.
did get January's done, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to spotlight
Oh.
you.
Oh,
Woo!
nice.
Beautiful.
Great.
Well done,
Love
Pam.
it. I love it. Yep.
Well
And
done.
that's a 6-inch, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, this is 9. This is 9.
Oh,
Ah.
oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Pam. All right, so let me write myself a note. I'm going to do, I thought about doing that, but then I didn't. But I can get that done tonight. Watermelon
Okay, thanks.
colorway. What I'll do is, why don't I put it in the document, resave it, and then reload it. And so I'll say like it's a revision. So don't download. Have you downloaded the colorway yet? Okay. So when you download the next colorway, just print out the last page. You don't have to print out everything. Just print out page number 8. Okay. So that'll work. Okay. Good. Thank you, Pam. All right. Who else? And I know we're at after 10, but there's other people that I know we haven't chatted with. Michelle, looks like Michelle stepped away from her iPad. Is she waving? No, she's not there. Okay. Lori, are you good? Anything you'd like to say? Share? You're muted.
No, I just got started. So, I needed to get the inkjet printer running again. And my husband just did that today.
Okay.
So I traced the first pattern. So, that was a day.
That was a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just getting off the ground, but I'm just so excited about it. And
Okay, good.
looking forward to getting going.
And I just want everybody to know.
Mine is not that bad.
And I just want everybody to know that, if you haven't done the pattern, that doesn't mean you can't talk. You can't interact with the group because this is the group, right?
I'm just taking it all in.
All right.
It's wonderful.
All right. All right. Good, good, good. Elaine, we've chatted a little bit. You doing okay, girl?
All is well. I've
Yeah.
just been busy with some other things. I'm trying to make a bit more space.
Good, good. Okay. Joanne, how's it going? I see your beautiful color there.
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Good, good, good. Catherine, how are you? You're good. Okay.
I'm fine. I've been quiet. I joined the group early February, and because I just was intrigued because I just love your patterns.
Thank you.
I can bring some show and tell if you want. I can just
Bring
take
us
off.
show and tell. Yeah. Bring us a show and tell. Yeah. And meanwhile, I'll talk to Joan. Joan, you doing okay, girl? Oh, Joan just took her.
I'm good.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you dove in January and made, what, 4?
Yeah, it was, and I had to trace all the patterns. I don't have a printer, but it wasn't bad. It was fun, and I'm loving it.
Good, good. All right, well, I'm going to chat with Esther while Catherine's getting her show and tell. Esther, anything you want to mention? Anything you want to say?
No, not at this time, MJ. I'm just starting with the tiny treasures. But I have done the other birthstones.
Okay.
I can't share because I'm traveling in a vehicle right now, but I just love this whole series. This is great.
Good, good, good. Well, we want to hear from you, even though we can't see you. We're glad you're here. Be safe while you're traveling, okay? So I should stop talking to her, right?
We were out running errands today and we're just headed home now, so.
All right, Esther. Good to have you here. Marilyn, how you doing? Everything good? Okay. I'll get to Marilyn when she unmutes. Angie, how's it going? You good? Oh, wait. Oh, Marilyn typed all good. Perfect. All right. Angie, you good? Say hi if you want. It's all good. Angie, I'm usually very quiet, but taking it all in. Thank you, Angie. It's good to have you here. All right. Thank you. Catherine, let's see what you got. I'm going to spotlight you, girl. Oh,
diamondish.
Very
So
diamondish.
when I heard snowball, I thought I would stay with blues and cool colors.
Nice.
And so I did some blues and like you said earlier, like a little bit gray, and there is one that blue that is a little bit more purplish.
Yes. Oh, it's stunning. Very elegant.
And I just used what I had in my stash. But the reason I joined the group is because I just love, so this is one I had made. And my birthstone is October, but I don't like my birthstone, and every girl likes diamonds, so I made a diamond.
Well done. Oh, how did you do with the small pieces? How did you manage? You felt okay?
Oh, no problem. There were no problem. But I don't know why I chose for the tiny treasures. I chose to do the 9-inch because I was worried about the 6-inch. But once I started the 9-inch, it's like, I want to make many more. So
Good.
yeah, so this is I made this 18-inch because it was part of our guild's challenge. We were supposed to do our favorite holiday. And so I did my anniversary of May 22nd. And so this is the diamond for an anniversary, and the heart. It's the stone of love.
It is. Oh, I'm so happy.
Beautiful.
So happy. Well done, Catherine. Wonderful. What part of the world are you in? Where?
Oh, I'm in California. I'm in Carmel Valley, California, which is near Monterey.
Okay.
It's near Empty Spool, where people might know familiar with Empty Spools in Asilomar.
You know what? I'm going to be teaching in Empty Spools in 2022.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
It's such an honor to be accepted there.
I'm thrilled. I was thrilled to be.
Oh, that's great. Julia Graves was a resident last year, an artist in resident, and I just loved her. So
She's amazing. She's one of
yes,
my GEM affiliates and is just an amazing, amazing woman. She's
yes,
got a
yes.
mind that's like boom, like that. So
Oh, that's great. You get to teach her next year. Okay, I have to look at the schedule because we're the only guild that get to invite instructors to lecture and teach at our guild too. So I'm going to have to ask when you're going to be there. Not, I don't have to ask you. I'll ask Suzanne or Gail.
okay, good.
Yes,
Nice to
yes.
meet you. Nice. I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful. And
Thank
thank you for the show and tell. And good
Thank
job on
you.
that diamond. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. How are we doing? Everybody all right? Annette, you good? You got a thumbs up there? Okay. Okay. I think I saw a thumbs up from Lori. Good job. Okay, you guys. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'm going to let you go. It was nice to have Layla as our little official guest. And
Layla.
yes, yes. All right, you guys. Great. Enjoy the blog. I need to make mine and post on Facebook, and we'll see you. Hang on. Let's see. I'm going to share the screen because I had it listed here. Our next mid-month meetup is going to be March 5th. March 5th, that's 2 weeks from tonight at 7 p.m. You know what? That's my husband's birthday. I'm going to have to rethink that because my husband turns 60 years old that day. So we'll have to think about that. But anyway, let's talk about it. All right, and then our next
That may mean he has to come to one of our meetings for us to say
Oh.
happy birthday.
yes, yes. Oh,
Maybe not on that night, but another time.
yeah, good deal. And then March 19th is our March Tiny Treasures Club chat, a month from now. So, all right, you guys. Mwah. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Night.
All right,
Bye.
thank you. Good night.
Take care, everyone.
Be well.
Bye-bye.